from the Technology Center on the campus of Herkimer College. This is HCTV News, a student-produced newscast covering Herkimer County and the community it serves.
Good evening, I'm Mark Liacano and welcome to HCTV News from Herkimer College. We're here every Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock with a full half-hour student-produced newscast. HCTV News is run by advanced video production students enrolled in the Communication Arts radio and television broadcasting program right here at Herkimer College. Herkimer College hosted storyteller Dylan Pritchett today in the Robert McLaughlin College Center. Pritchett, a native of Williamsburg, Virginia, brought his African folk tales to the campus of Herkimer, teaching the students about history while incorporating singing into his act and speaking on the importance of storytelling, which he believes is an important art form that can be used as a tool to pass on history to the next generation. When he's not traveling to different schools storytelling, Pritchett also has a 5-week course that he teaches to children about how to write stories from the Civil War. He has also recorded numerous albums for his folktales. Yesterday, Herkimer College held an intramural dodgeball benefit in the rec gym for the Hugs for Amelia campaign. Amelia McNeil is a young girl who is currently battling brain cancer. With more on the event and how it turned out, we go to HCTV News live shot reporter Eric Lanza, who's standing by with Kenzie Bradshaw. Eric?
Hi, I'm Eric Lanza for HCTV News, reporting live with Kenzie Bradshaw, who just last night hosted a dodgeball tournament for a charity close to her heart. Can you tell us more about that charity?
Our charity was Hugs for Amelia, and it's basically for a little girl up at the daycare, and she has brain cancer. And
can you tell me more about Amelia? Is there anything that you know about her condition or what she's been going through?
I know that the family is dealing with a lot of costs, and that's what they're trying to raise money for. And they have been selling bracelets and T-shirts and stuff like that to raise money for that.
And what made you choose them as your charity?
I thought that it would be a good idea to help someone out in our community.
And of all the activities you could have chosen for this fundraising event, why dodgeball?
Who doesn't like dodgeball?
That's fair. And would you do this again in the future?
Yeah, I hope next time that we do this we have a better turnout, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, for those who didn't come last night, how could they still contribute?
You can always donate to them, and they're also selling these bracelets too, and you can probably purchase those still at the daycare, and I know that they were selling them up at the fitness center at one point too.
Okay, reporting live for HCTV News, I'm Eric Lanza here with Kenzie Bradshaw. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Eric. An accident in Herkimer near the Jiffy Lube left a utility pole severed in half. Last night, a female driver in a van veered into the middle of the road and onto the sidewalk, crashing into a nearby utility pole. The accident happened around 8:30 p.m. on Mohawk Street, and the police are still trying to find out if drugs were a factor, although the driver was not under the influence of alcohol at the time of the accident. The driver of the vehicle suffered minor injuries and is now being questioned by the Herkimer County Police. No other people were injured by this accident. The Herkimer College Kogar Gallery is welcoming a new exhibit this week. The new exhibit, featuring photography work by Mark Diorio, will be up in the gallery until April 3rd. Diorio is an award-winning multimedia photojournalist. He is also currently the university photographer at Colgate University. The Youth Reinvented exhibit features retirees Diorio photographed himself. These photos feature what these retirees are doing now in their lives in their next chapter of their lives. When choosing who to feature in this exhibit, he describes the people he chose as individuals that, quote, took the path less traveled. After retiring, a reception will take place tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Collier Gallery at the Robert McLaughlin College Center. Gallery talk will also be held. A Herkimer County woman is being charged for fraud after receiving nearly $3,000 in benefits that she was not entitled to receive. Karen L. Clemens of Mohawk was charged with 4th-degree welfare fraud and 4th-degree grand larceny, which police say are both felonies. She allegedly collected these fraudulent benefits from the New York State Nutrition Assistance Program. The Herkimer County Welfare Fraud Unit, along with the help of the Department of Social Services, arrested the Mohawk woman on Tuesday. Clemens was issued an appearance ticket to be returned to the town of Herkimer Courthouse. So now students rejoice. In just a couple of days, Herkimer College will be entering mid-semester recess, which means students will have a week off from classes. Spring break begins on the 13th and lasts until the 17th, with classes starting back up again on Monday, March 20th. So, Rosman, do you have any current plans for spring break that you have in mind?
No, I'm just going to head down to the city and enjoy some bad weather down there. It's going to be cold throughout. And what about you?
Well, I don't have anything in particular that I'm planning on, really. Just relaxation for the most part, and yeah. You know, we'll see how it plays out, really.
Right. All I got to say is wear a coat, because it's going to be pretty cold.
Yeah. There's more news straight ahead after this break here in HCTV News. I'm Mark Liacano, and Rosman Palacios will tell you everything you need to know about the upcoming weather after this break.
Yes, Mark. Things will be cooling down over the next few days, so stay tuned for my full forecast next.
Coming up next, the weather outlook for Herkimer and the surrounding areas here on HCTV News. Stay with us.
Make the right connections with your communication arts degree from Herkimer College. Interested in radio? Meant to DJ? Then Herkimer College's radio TV program is the program for you. Learn all about the radio industry, record your own show, or even produce a live one. The possibilities are endless. For more information about communication arts programs at Herkimer College, visit www.herkimer.edu.
No cell phone service, no television or internet connections, no electricity, and in some DEC Adirondack campgrounds, no roads either. Forked Lake is just one of the 52 campgrounds that you can explore in the Adirondack Mountains of New York State. This facility is a primitive camping experience. Each site is outfitted with just the basics. You've got to hike trails or paddle a canoe to get to each site, putting you right in the middle of the area's natural beauty. Too rustic for you? That's okay. The DEC offers a wide variety of experiences, including island camping, tent and trailer sites with electricity and running water, boat launch facilities, hiking trails, beaches, and more. And it's all just a click away. To find out more and to start planning for your next Adirondack adventure, log on to www.dec.ny.gov. You'll find all the information you need to start enjoying the great Adirondack outdoors in upstate New York.
I chose to come to Herkimer because of the fashion program.
I'm continuing my education at Cornell University.
The main thing that you come here for is to be successful.
Well, I didn't think I'd be pushed as hard as I was, but it's a good push. I like being competitive. I like working hard.
There's so many things to do on campus. There's a club for everything.
You can have a great education for very low cost.
We have everything a four-year college has.
We are successful.
Creative. Supportive.
Social.
Innovative. Champions.
We are Herkimer College.
Now, the weather outlook for Herkimer and the surrounding areas here on HCTV News.
Welcome back to HCTV News, live from Herkimer College. I'm Mark Liacano.
And I'm Rosman Palacios with HCTV News Weather.
So we really woke up to those colder temperatures this morning with snow accumulation.
Yeah, definitely. Just when you thought we were done with the snow, you know, it's single digit temperatures got come through this week. Next week is going to be more of the same. Taking a look at our current weather, courtesy of weatherunderground.com, we can see that the clouds are starting to form, you know, from the west, along with some snow, you know, coming from this way, headed towards us very soon. And also taking a look for tonight, you'll see that it's going to be pretty cold still, with, you know, temperatures, you know, down in the low 20s. And if also taking a look for tomorrow as well, it's still going to be pretty cold. If well, it is going to be pretty cold tomorrow, with highs in the 30s and lows in the low of 15. And if you take a look at our for Saturday, I should say, it's going to be breezy with light winds, with a high of 16 and a low of 6 degrees. And for Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 19 and a low of 6 degrees. And if you take a look at our extended weather, you will see that for Monday, it's going to be a high of 28 and a low of 8. And for Tuesday and Wednesday, we have snow coming in both days with a high of 30 degrees on Tuesday and a low of 6 degrees. And for Wednesday, we're looking at a high of 29 and a low of 14 degrees there. So, you know, it's going to be pretty cold next couple days. So, you know, but spring is coming.
Yes, it is. In the next couple of weeks.
Very slowly, but it's coming.
Yeah. Thanks, Rosman, for that weather update. And when we return, Roberto Cruz is going to get you caught up on the latest regarding the Herkimer General sports teams. Stay with us.
After the break, it's Sports Wrap here on HCTV 99 News.
Jump into the world of radio production and electronic media at Herkimer County Community College's 91.5 FM WVHC. When the semester kicks in, students take over the airwaves, turning their dreams and ideas into real live radio.
Topping Herkimer County Community College news today with graduation soon approaching.
Are you the next big voice? Find your home on the airwaves at Herkimer County Community College and WVHC. For more information, go to www.herkimer.edu.
All the teachers are very helpful. They're always there when you need to ask a question or see them.
Small classes, intimate learning environment.
It exposed me to different cultures.
I have friends from Morocco, Japan, China.
And it's like the tranquility of the environment.
We're the #2 community college in the state. That says something.
Choosing Herkimer was actually one of the best choices I could have made.
We are smart, supportive,
diverse,
vibrant, nationally ranked.
We are Herkimer College.
Hello everyone, I'm Roberto Cruz bringing you this week's edition of Sports Wrap here on HCTV News. As the spring season arrives, we have exciting stories regarding the Generals. Let's get you caught up. This Friday, the men's baseball team will begin their season against Wabanasee Community College. We've had a chance to speak to head coach Jason Rathbun on how his team prepares for their season opener.
I think our practices are mission focused. We have, each practice has a purpose and what we're trying to accomplish in that practice. Whether it's a defensive day when we're trying to work on defensive positioning and bunt defenses and a lot of different scenarios like that, pick plays, things like that, or we're working on an offensive day where pitchers and hitters are active and live. It's really just about going through the process of preparing for that first game and trying to cover everything that you need to cover to prepare to play. So it's really about just being mission focused for that day and what we have to accomplish for that day.
With a mix between both freshmen and sophomores, Coach Rathbun believes this season would be an interesting challenge that the team will soon overcome. Next up, we have basketball. The men's team won the Region 3 championship by beating the Onondaga Lasers at their home court this past weekend. By halftime, it was a close battle with the Generals slightly ahead of the Lasers. Halftime score was Herkimer at 34 and Onondaga at 29. After an intense half, the Generals were able to pull away the victory from the Lasers. Justin Harley was a force to be reckoned with as he finished the night with 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. The same can be said for fellow teammate Tyquan Scott. Scott would not be silenced as he finished the game with 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 block. Final score, Herkimer 65, Onondaga 55. This is the 4th region championship brought home by the men's basketball team in the last 5 years. The team posed for the camera as the official Regional 3 2017 champions. Herkimer advances to the national championship tournament in Minnesota beginning March 16th. Now let's get you caught up in bowling. Both the men's and women's bowling team competed in the national championship in Buffalo, New York this past week. With 18 teams on the men's division and 15 on the women's, the General was unable to secure the victory. The men's team finished in 13th place and the women's finished in 10th. The Generals fought hard as the women's team was penalized for not having a complete roster, resulting in negative scoring and the team putting in more effort to pick up the slack. The Herkimer Generals swimming and diving team competed at Erie Community College for regionals. The teams from all over the country participated, causing a bit of a challenge for the Generals. Both the men's and women's team placed last. On the positive side, Austin Jory, Daniela Barrera, Daniel Rawl, and Cam Roten all broke Herkimer College school records in their individual events. Their times were also their personal best for each participant. Well, that's all you have it for this week's edition of the Sports Wrap. I'm Roberto Cruz, and be sure to stay tuned to HCTV News. We'll be back with more after this.
Hi. Are you feeling tired, irritable, stressed out? Well, you might consider nature.
From the people that brought you Getting Outside comes prescription strength Nature, a non-harmful medication shown to relieve the crippling symptoms of modern life.
Nature's recommended for humans of all ages, and it's great for pets too.
Nature can reduce cynicism, meaninglessness, anal retentiveness, and murderous rage. In clinical studies, Nature is proven to decrease work-induced catatonia.
Caution. Nature may cause you to slow down, quit your job.
If you are overly cynical, jaded, or emotionally numb, you may need to increase your dose of Nature. Do you have trouble being even mildly uncomfortable? Nature may not be right for you. Side effects may include spontaneous euphoria, taking yourself less seriously, and being in a good mood for no apparent reason.
So ask your doctor if Nature is right for you.
Time now for the HCTV News Question of the Week. It's your turn to express your thoughts on campus-wide issues.
Hello and welcome back to HCTV News right here on HCTV. I'm Mark Liacano. Thank you for joining us. Time now for our HCTV News Question of the Week, where we comb the campus looking for your on-camera input. This week we hand it over to HCTV News reporter Eric Lanza.
I'm Eric Lanza for HCTV News. The question of the week is, what are your plans for the upcoming spring break?
So for spring break this year, I'm pretty much just going to stay home. I think we're supposed to go to Syracuse though. My family and I are going to go to Syracuse and go to the outlet store, or maybe just go to New York. So we're not really too sure, but right now it's stay home and just relax.
Yeah, for spring break, I'm just kind of staying home, working, you know. I'm a busboy at Simeon's restaurant, so I'll probably be doing that most of the time, unfortunately, but I'll be enjoying the break. Not having to worry about classes too much and stuff. It's just kind of a nice feeling, you know.
My plans are to study and go over some work that I have, that the major I'm taking, and I might just hang out with a couple of friends. That's really it. Don't got really nothing much planned.
My plans for spring break is to spend time with my family. You know, I haven't seen them in a while. Just to let them know that I'm doing good in school, and I see them soon.
I'm just gonna go home and just sleep. I don't think I'm going anywhere special, so maybe I'll work. I don't know. Mostly just working, catching up on that, and catching up on some schoolwork, and possibly going to a hotel with my fiance.
For HCTV News Question of the Week, I'm Eric Lanza. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks for that, Eric, for that report. Be sure to tune in next week for another edition of the HCTV News Question of the Week, and don't be shy if you see our crew around campus Thursday afternoons looking for your opinion. Stay with us. Coming up after the break, Brandon Budd introduces us to Bridget Roberts, a riveting live-in-studio guest that's sure to delight each and every viewer with a timely, important issue to the Herkimer College campus or the Herkimer community. That's straight ahead in our Newsmaker segment right here on HCTV News. Stay with us.
In the state of New York, we have built an athletic program that is nationally ranked, and it is the hard work, the dedication, and the commitment of our faculty and staff that has enabled Herkimer to be the college that it is today.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Hello and welcome back to HCTV News. I'm Mark Liacano. Thank you for joining us. We're here each week at this time with a 30-minute newscast produced by Herkimer College Communication Arts radio and television broadcasting majors. This live weekly newscast is a production of HU 263, an advanced video production class offered here at Herkimer College. Up next, Brendan Budd has a special guest in our live Newsmaker segment. Brendan?
Thanks, Mark. Our Newsmaker special guest this week is Bridget Roberts. Now, Bridget, you graduated from Herkimer. You worked in the Communication Arts program. How did Herkimer prepare you for your job at WKTV?
Well, I got to have a lot of hands-on opportunities here at Herkimer. My first semester I was using a camera and editing, and I think that's one of the foundations of being a multimedia journalist, is just being able to write, shoot, and edit. I mean, it's not so much about what you look like, or, I mean, it is a little bit about what you sound like, but the most important things is that you have those foundations. So just getting all of that experience in my first semester, and you know, the next two after that is so important.
Now tell us about your everyday job at WKTV.
Well, right now I come in the morning and I help edit the morning show. I work the weekends, so I'm there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Very long shifts. I get together all of my gear, so a tripod, camera, make sure that all my batteries are charged and my SD cards are formatted so there's nothing on it. I think that a lot of people forget how important having several empty SD cards can be. I've seen it happen in the field. You know, I make sure that I'm all geared up, I get the truck ready, and in the mornings I photog. I'm a videographer for Gary Libertor. So we go out, we shoot his packages, we come back, and I will edit his package together after he voices it. And usually I'll run out and get a few small stories as well on top of that. So it's a long day.
Now tell us about your New York City trip when you went down there for college and then realized you didn't really want to do it.
Well, I went to Pace University. I was accepted, and then I got the bill. I toured it. It was wonderful, but $64,000 was a little daunting. So my big thing with them was that for the first 2 years, it's all book learning and not a lot of camera work or editing. It's basically just sitting in a classroom and listening to lecture. And I was so excited when I came and toured here when I saw the studio, first of all, because the studio is gorgeous. For a 2-year, I don't think you could get this anywhere else. And not just that, but just being told that there's a chance to go live on air my first semester, that was insane. So I switched it up and I came here.
Now, is every day amazing at WKTV?
No. I'd like to say yes. You know, for the first couple months, it was like, wow, I'm at my dream job, and literally everyone is nice there. And at first I was like, am I a part of a cult now? Like, that's how nice everyone is. But, you know, I knew the day was coming that I would have a hard day. Then one day I screwed up all the audio on Gary's packages. I improperly formatted the SD card and lost a ton of footage. So he wasn't able to do his package. You know, the same day I fell down and broke a tripod and all this stuff happened. I think I spent a good 2 hours in my pantry crying with a box of Samoas after that. But, you know, you just kind of got to reset every day. You have to think to yourself, you know, is it so bad that this one day was terrible? Because every other day has been so wonderful. And I don't think any job you have, you're going to have a perfect time all the time.
Okay, stay with us. We'll have more news breakers after this short break. You're watching HCTV News live from the Technology Center of Herkimer campus. We'll be right back.
The main thing that you come here for is to be successful.
We have everything a four-year college has.
There's so many things to do on campus. There's a club for everything.
We are successful.
Creative. Supportive.
Social.
Innovative. Champions.
We are Herkimer College.
Here at Herkimer College, we understand you crave more. And if you're looking to be a part of something larger, stop in the Center for Student Leadership and Involvement. Got a gap in your schedule? Visit Alumni Hall. Bored? The game room is open for all of our students. If you're looking to join a club or two, feel free to stop by our office for more information. The Center for Student Leadership and Involvement is located in RMCC 220. Call 315-574-4403 and experience Herkimer today.
All the teachers are very helpful.
Small classes, intimate learning environment.
It exposed me to different cultures.
And it's like the tranquility of the environment.
We are the #2 community college in the state. That says something.
We are Herkimer College.
TV News, I'm Brendan Budd, here with our guest Bridget Roberts. Now Bridget, working at WKTV is the news, so what is a common misconception that people have about working in news?
I think that people, they commonly think that we have hair and makeup. We don't. We do it all ourselves. Not only that, we buy it all ourselves. We don't have a makeup or wardrobe compensation system. I know that other studios, you can buy stuff and submit it to your news director and it'll get covered by your paycheck. That doesn't happen here, so a lot of times, you know, we're paying a lot out of pocket, and a lot of people also think that we make a ton of money. That's not true either. I think a great man once said that the pay is bad, and so are the hours. It's it's not something you get into to be famous or to make a ton of money. It's something you get into because you love it, and a lot of people, you know, they get into it for the wrong reasons. They burn out quickly. So it's important to absolutely know what you're getting into.
So now tell us about your upcoming news package at WKTV.
Oh, I'm supposed to do my first package this Saturday, and I will still be doing it, but breaking news, it looks like, I saw on my Twitter from WKTV, the parade will be postponed. So that was going to be my first package. It's going to change now. Saturday's parade is postponed. It's very cold though, so it's understandable. It's going to be fun.
Now, what are some similarities and differences from here at Herkimer and in WKTV?
You get a lot more time to edit packages here and stories. At WKTV, we've got a day turnover at max. A lot of times I'm turning over stuff in maybe a half an hour when I get back from shooting something breaking. A couple hours max is what I get to turn something over. So I think that's the main difference.
Okay, thank you. We'd like to thank Bridget Roberts for being with here today on our Newsmaker segment. Back to you, Mark.
Okay, thanks, Brendan. Time now for one last check of the weather, and for that we turn to Rosman Palacios.
Yes, you know, it's almost springtime and it's coming. So for tonight, it's looking mostly cloudy with a low of just 23 degrees. And for tomorrow night, for tomorrow, I should say, it's mostly cloudy with a high of 31 and a low of 15. So it's pretty cold out there.
Yeah, chilly weather for the next few days.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Rosman, and thank you for joining us. That's HCTV News for tonight. Just a reminder, HCTV News is here every Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock throughout this semester, with encore presentations Fridays at 5 o'clock.
Newscasts are also archived on our YouTube channel. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Just search Herkimer College Communication Arts.
And for more details on the communication arts programs offered here at Herkimer College, simply visit www.herkimer.edu/communicationarts. For all of us here at HCTV News, I'm Mark Liacano.
And I'm Rosman Palacios.
Tune in again next Thursday at 5 o'clock for more HCTV News. Have a good night.